Final update, get out. Paying the mortgage doesn't make you family, my dad said coldly at Thanksgiving. Mom whispered you were just jealous of your brother's success. I couldn't believe it. I looked straight at them, then let him pay the $8,500, the bills, groceries, and credit cards. I said, that night I shut down everything. The police showed up, Mom cried, my sister begged, and finally I did what I should have done long ago. Part 3. I smiled for the first time in a long time. Those words didn't hurt anymore. And you were always blind, I replied. Then I hung up for good. When Eric stood in court handcuffed and wearing a prison uniform, I didn't feel happy. I didn't feel sorry either. I felt free from years of lies, free from their guilt trips, free from being their personal ATM. The judge gave Eric 7 years in federal prison and ordered him to pay back the money. It was a tough sentence, but he deserved it. Eric never looked at me once as the judge spoke. My parents sat at the back, faces blank like they were mourning a hero, but I saw the truth in their eyes, anger and shame. That evening I went home alone but lighter than I had felt in years. I poured myself a drink and my phone buzzed. It was a simple message from my aunt. You did what none of us had the courage to do. I'm proud of you. I stared at her message for a long time. For the first time in years I let myself believe it. 6 months have passed since I testified against my brother. 6 months since my parents downed me for ruining the family name. 6 months since I stopped being their wallet. And for the first time in my life, I knew peace. No more calls asking for money. No more guilt trips pretending to be love. No more watching my hard-earned savings disappear. Every morning I woke up in my small but paid-off apartment. No debt. No one controlling me. No weight on my chest. I had my life back. And it felt better than I ever imagined. The world kept turning. Eric sat in prison, his fake business empire in ruins, full of lawsuits and unpaid bills. The news talked about it for a few days. Young entrepreneur arrested for fraud. But scandals fade. My parents, they buried their heads deeper in denial. They cut off anyone who didn't worship their perfect son. Relatives told me Mom still hosted dinners acting like Eric was some poor victim. Dad spent his days ranting about betrayal, but I wasn't part of their story anymore. Then one morning I got an unexpected email from Kelly, Eric's ex-wife. I know you probably don't want to hear from me, she wrote, but I had to say this. Thank you, not just for standing up to Eric, but for surviving them. I know how your family operates. I know how hard it is to break free. I stared at her words, my chest tight. He was right. Surviving them was exactly what I had done. I had finally broken free from their chains. Weeks later, another surprise, a knock at my door. I opened it and froze. It was my aunt and sister. She hadn't spoken to me since the trial. Is this a bad time? She asked softly. No, I replied. Come in. We sat down. She looked nervous, playing with her wedding ring. I just wanted you to know, she began. Grandma passed away last week. My heart dropped. Grandma had been the only one in the family who ever treated me like a real person, not like a bank. She left something for you, my aunt continued, handing me an envelope. Inside was a handwritten letter. You are always the only one who saw the truth. Don't feel guilty for choosing yourself. That's what I always hoped you'd do one day. Beneath the letter was a copy of her will.